How's it going, everybody? Silver Osprey here, 486. So it's kind of weird right now. We're looking at this screen instead of going into episode 4 of the original playthrough where we had just recruited a couple more members. The issue is, as I was playing further on into the game, I had some old mods that I had uninstalled and reinstalled. At least I thought I did. Um, so I decided to dive into it, spend a good portion of the time kind of looking at what mods those are compatible with and whether or not once they've been played they can whether or not it would corrupt the save file. Pretty much the issue I was having was as soon as we got to the smuggler's bar, whenever I went into skimmers sands and then on to um, the border zone, it would always crash. If I took one character, three characters, all five, it would always crash. And I kept on having that issue. So I looked through them all. Well, unfortunately, when you have Genesis, Living World, and Reactive World mods all mixed together, it will eventually collide and then crash and corrupt the game. So, unfortunately, that playthrough does have to come to an end. And it is a corrupted file at this point. So we are going to go ahead and start fresh. And I decided to take a different approach to this playthrough. So what we're going to do is we're going to play as a Hive Queen. Now I'm sure there's been multiple different Hive Queen runs out there, but I think with this one, what we're going to do, yes, what we're going to do is we're going to take out every other queen. So I want this to be a longer run. I plan on playing another series alongside this of possibly RimWorld or another game. But the premise behind this story is going to be the Dead Hive Queen is going to go out and completely destroy every other hive. So I'm going to cut it here and I'm going to finish naming our character, getting the animations and everything set up where they need to be at. And then once I have her all finished, I will bring you back and we'll talk about her story right here in the character creation page. And then we'll start the run. All right. I'll be back in just 1 second, folks. All right, folks, welcome back. And let me introduce you here to Silence. So that's going to be the name of our queen, and this is her story. So Silence was never meant to see the sky. Hive queens are born in chambers of resin and pheromone haze, buried deep where thought is shared and individuality never forms. But Silence Hive died the slow death. Sickness, raids, starvation, something no drone could understand. One by one, the signal faded. Then came the silence. No workers, no soldiers, no mind but her own. The last drones carried her body from the nest before it collapsed into the sand. By the time scavengers found the ruined hive, Silence was alone. A queen with no hive is not a ruler, not even a person in the eyes of the world. She was something worse, useless. Her pheromones still drift faintly, but no hiver answers. Instead, drifters, slavers, and traders see only an oversized, helpless creature that should not exist outside a nest. She cannot command. She cannot produce a new hive without protection, resources, and time. Things the wasteland does not give freely. So, the Silent Queen begins to learn the unthinkable. How to walk without attendance, how to speak instead of signal, how to want instead of direct. Every step she takes is against her nature. Every choice fractures what a queen is supposed to be. but something new is forming. Not a hive mind, not a swarm, a court of the lost. Drifters, exiles, outcasts, who gather not because of her pheromones, but because they choose to stay. Silence does not seek to rebuild what was. She is trying to discover what a queen becomes when she has no one left to rule. So, there you have it, folks. Meet Silence. So, I think in this run, what we're going to do is we are going to end up establishing a base. I know the last run we planned on just doing camping and the campsite mod, but this one I want to go ahead and we're going to make a actual fortification for our queen to have her hive. Within that, it is going to be hivers only, and for the start, only the queen can recruit new members, and she can recruit anybody. So as the story progresses, there will probably be a time when I will allow the prince hivers to recruit, but for now, only the queen can. And Silence is not afraid to have any hiver join her hive. So if you look, we have northern hives. This is all in the Hiver expanded mod. We have southern hives, a mechanical hive, and midland hive. I don't think you can recruit fogmen, but if you can, we're going to. Obviously, western hive, but we are going to be the dead hive. So, again, we're going to go up north to the northern part of the United Cities. First, we're going to gather ourselves some recruits, and we'll kind of go from there. Since we're going to be a hive, there probably won't be a lot of big characters brought in, but for the princes and the queen's bodyguard, will probably have some bigger character bios read out for you guys. So if you do want to drop some names for a prince or a soldier that ends up being part of the queen's guard, just put it down in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like as well. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing so far. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to get this party started. So let's drop in. Okay. All right. So we are also still playing the rock bottom run. And we're in the same spot. So we're in between Shobatai, Heft, and Stoat. How fast does she go? 14. Okay. So since she is a hiver, I'm going to take Silence here, and we're going to go down to Stoat, and we're immediately going to go and try to get into, where is it? There's the Skim Sands. Want to say it's over here. Yeah. So right up here. So here's where all the hives are. We could just stay up here and see if we can buy some slaves. Again, she's not against buying slaves or slavery or anything like that in this. We just want to get as many hivers as possible from whatever means necessary. So we'll probably just take her over to Stoat or Shobatai, not Stoat. And we will gather up some resources there. So again, I apologize. I'm kind of bummed that the last run didn't it ended up corrupting the save file. A little bit frustrated because I thought we had a pretty good run going there for a second. We had just recruited those 2 new skeletons to the team, and I really think they would have helped out. But nonetheless, I know more now, and we're gonna start off here. So this is actually probably good for Silence and her story, seeing that we did land in the United Cities territory. So, oh, hang on. Dang it. Oh, what are they? Starving vagrants. Please don't beat me. I have nothing. I literally have nothing. Where are you going? And you all run super fast. Well, I think let's at least run close to a skimmer. So that way, if they want to follow me into a skimmer, then they can die. Or not. Okay. Well, I'm going to hope that they decide to just mosey on off, but they're not. They're still coming. Here's their leader. Following and talking. How fast do you go? 14? Okay, no, we might be okay. This would actually be really good if we can get them all to follow us to Shobatai. That means we might be able to get all their loot. Oh, that'd be perfect. Okay, where's the gate? Right there. Okay. All right, Silence, you gotta run. Oh, they bugger off. Yeah, dang it. It's probably better. Well, we're gonna be a little risky here. Come on, come say hi. I'm gonna need the money. Come on now. No, okay. I guess they're not gonna do anything. Of course they're not. Well, you know what that means. Yep. We're gonna get some copper. What's this? These are United Heroes. No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get some copper, try and recruit some characters, and I'll bring you guys back if I find anything. Anything happens. This is the boring part, so I'm not gonna keep you guys here for that. All right. I'll meet you guys back here in a second for you. All right, guys, welcome back. As you can see, we have gotten 2,300 cats. Right now I'm just cooking up a bunch of dried meat. So earlier, I was harvesting some copper, and I looked over. I think I had made a food run real quick to go to the bar and get some stuff. And I saw all this blood over here right there. I'm like, what was that? And turned out that a pack of dune dogs or bone dogs had gotten attacked and left behind all kinds of goodies. So I took all that to the bar, sold it, and when I sold it all in the bar, unfortunately, since it's taken us, 3 days to acquire all this money, our friend has up and moved out. So our drifter prince is no longer in the bar for us to recruit. So instead, I'm going to head over to the slave shop and I'm going to see if we can purchase any Hiver slaves that may join us later on. So let's let's go to the slave shop first. I don't know how much they are. I think they're 1,000 cats. If that's the case, we have enough for 2. So let's come on over. If we don't have enough, then I think I'm going to sell some of this meat that I've harvested to get some more cats, because I would really like to have 2 members of my squad. It would just make me feel a lot better. Yes, I am looking to buy some slaves. Ah, so they're 1250. Do not like that. Okay. So we need 200 more. Bars next door. I don't know. I don't want to sell all those personally. So let's see if there's any more fights or anything kind of happening around town. And it does not look to be the case. Okay. Well, we are going to gather the copper then, and this will probably take some time just because our Queen Silence here is super slow at mining copper, and we only really have room. Well, I guess we can. Still only gives us room for 2, which would only be like 80 to 90 copper. So, okay. That's creepy. What the heck? Oh, wow. It is slow. And I am still currently faster. But I bet that thing packs a punch when it hits. So we are going to steer very far away and very clear of that scorpion. Yeah. All right, Silver Silence. Get me the money. Is that a bone dog down there too? No. Oh, oh, who just got hit? Oh, yeah. Let's go take his stuff. All right. I mean, I think it's a big deal that I'm in disguise, does it? I don't think so. At least I hope not. I mean, I'm going to sell it here anyway. Sell. There we go. Right on the money. Okay. let's go buy ourselves the 2 hivers. And I believe, yes, they are drones. So let's take, and we're gonna just start running this way. Well, what should, oh, nope, they are here. Okay. What should end up happening is they should either decide to join or, well, they're going to go their own way. But I believe you have to get a certain distance from the city. So let's go out here. Okay, well, one joins. That kind of sucks, but let's have you trade. Have some food. And we are going to come back to town. So, there we have it. We have Oleg, our first member of the team, and he is a drone. So, no need for a backstory on him or a biography or anything. So, first character, Oleg. And I think with that being said, we'll probably have Oleg here. What is your stats? Nothing. Awesome. You're going to go mine copper. And I think while we're over here, we're going to go ahead and we are going to, where's that? Here we go. All right. So I think we're going to call ourselves the, let's see. We have the Southern Hive. Technically, there is the Northern Hive. No. I'll just call us a Lost Hive. That works. Lost Hive. And then let's go. For now, everybody is the Queen's Guard. So, there we have that. And we're going to go ahead and, keep on keeping on, and I'll bring you guys back once we have, some more to talk about, or we find some more hivers, or we decide it's time to go and head off to a new town. So, see you in a bit. All right, guys, welcome back. So, a couple days have passed, and both Silence and Oleg have full inventories of copper. So, we're going to go ahead and sell them here to this farm trader. And let's see what we get. So a whopping 880 cats. Not a whole lot to do with that. So I think what we're gonna do is Mm-hmm. First of all, we're at least going to give the pants over to the queen, and he is faster than her. So we're going to travel over to Heft and see what we can get in Heft. See if we have any better luck. I don't know yet. Hopefully, we find some other hivers in the. No. Hopefully, we can find some other hivers in the bar, or maybe they'll have another slave shop over there, which I'm almost certain they do. And if they do, maybe we'll run into some stuff. Drifter's boots. How much do those sell for? Nothing. It's not even worth it. Okay. Yep. Head on over to Heft. And we're going to see what we can get. It's also good to know that at least we're training our athletics. There's a bone dog. Oh no, it's a white wolf. Well, I guess it's not. If it's part of the United Cities, it's not going to be an enemy to us yet. So, I think kind of the lore behind our queen here is since she ended up in the sands of the Great Desert, I'm going to play it as if this was where her hive was. And after all starving vagrants. After many years of sleeping beneath the sands, she was finally uncovered from her slumber. Will they trade with me? She finally got uncovered from her slumber, and she. Oh, danger loner, come back. Uh, I do not want to fight. No, 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 no. Western Hive. Oh, please. Just let us leave. We don't have the money. Please leave us alone. Okay. Whew. I don't have 2,500 cats for a daggone lantern. I just wanted to see if you'd sell me a robotic arm. But they wouldn't. So, like I said, we're going to play this as this is where Silence's hive was originally in the Great Desert. So, we're going to play this as it was our kingdom at one point. So, our first goal should be to recruit as many hivers as possible, but then we want to take back our home. So eventually we'll fight off the United Cities, but until then, oh, until then, we're gonna play it safe and be friendly until we don't have to be friendly. And then we'll take out the United Cities. Those are drifters. So I should be able to come by and get all that skimmer stuff. So let's come up here. All right, look. Get to work. That. I mean, if you're just gonna lay here. Is it stealing? No, it doesn't say it is. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna put the pants on. Give them to Oleg. And then we're gonna go check out the rest of this stuff. I don't see any other drifters. I'm not gonna take the armor because it's really just gonna weigh us down. And we're not gonna be able to carry that much as it is. So let's make another campfire. Confirm. Use. So that way Oleg will be able to take all of the rotten meat. He can eat off that. And our queen can keep all this meat and eat it. That is the plan, at least. So, like I said, we're gonna head over to, what was that? Heft. We're gonna head over to Heft, try and save up some cats. Make sure that the mods that I took out and did everything with didn't get rid of the what do they call it? The skeleton. Daggone it, what is it called? The skeleton arm shop or whatever it's called. So we'll go back there, see if it's still there. If it is, perfect. And we have a gate right up front. So we're also going to check the bars. Oh, we're going to slow down first. I do not want to ruin this playthrough. Now, I did go ahead and make a backup file just in case something happens. I don't get caught again without having a proper backup file. So let's first check up top, gardening store, mechanical shop, travel. It might be in the mechanical shop, so let's go there. All those also might not be. So let's go check it out. Sell all our stuff real quick. Make a little bit of money. Maybe they'll have an arm. Maybe they won't. Let's just find out. Nope. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't need that. Okay. So we have 1,500 cats. That would be enough to go ahead and recruit another member from the slave shop, but we're not guaranteed to get a new member from the slave shop. So let's come in here, see if there's any hivers, because we're still only going to recruit hivers. There's not. Okay. So let's find. Oh, there's another bar. Okay. Well, let's go down here real quick. Let's go check this bar too. And there's a slave shop right there. Perfect. I don't think. Yeah, there's Tengu's throne. Nobody likes you, Tengu. So, are you a citizen? Yeah, thank you. So we're going to come over here, go to the bar first, see if we can recruit anybody in the bar. And once we've checked the bar, we'll go to the slave shop if nobody's in here. But if we can find... Oh, I like that outfit on. That's pretty cool. He's got like the black chainmail shirt. Oh, it looks really cool. Okay. No. Find the lady. I'm not here to play games. All right. Slave shop. Oh, here's the skeleton trader. Yeah. I thought there was one here. Okay. Yeah, I know what this place is. So, yeah, everything you have is absolutely crazy. That one's okay. Yeah, it's a standard. Everything else is that's right, left, left. Okay. Well, I do not currently have 5,000 cats. So let's check over here. And let's see. Where's the slave boss? I don't even think they have a hiver, though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Unless they pull from outside. I don't even see him. Oh no, he's right there. Yep. You have no hivers. Of course not. Well, I don't want to run over to Stoke, but I do need the money. Well, let's do this, guys. So, starting a new series, don't want to get too far ahead of everything. We're going to go ahead. We're just going to cut it here today. Next episode, we're going to go on our way to either Stoat or find a way to make some more money here in Heft. It just kind of depends on where the time takes us. But so far, we have Silent and Oleg. So Oleg here is our first member of the team of our new hive, and soon enough, Queen Silent will conquer the Great Desert and then the rest of the hives. But that'll do it for us today, folks. Thank you for watching. Remember, put some story biographies down in the comments below for... We're going to pause this so I don't waste any food. Put some story arcs down in the comments below so we can get some names for princes and possibly the actual members of the Queen's Guard. Again, I apologize that we had a restart, but I really think this is going to be a lot of fun. If you like the video, hit the like button, and if you guys don't mind subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.